Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
Good morning. It's that time to review your shopping list to see what you should buy and maybe what you should strike off. And we have Dan Koh with us this morning to talk about all things luxury, it seems.
Yes. Good morning, attractive Audrey. It's great to have you on in the hot seat with us today. Yes, welcome to Companies to Watch. That's a segment where we spotlight and stock you up with ideas of listed companies that will call for your attention. So we're looking at market trends to risk as well as hidden gems or warning signs to steer clear of. 8855-0893, text us and tell us whether you think it's going to be a hot or not. And you're right. We're turning to the luxury goods industry because that's your expertise.
I don't know why. How did I get this reputation, guys? Every time we're talking about something like this, they're like, Audrey, you're going to do it.
Well, you're the pro here, Audrey. We're going over to Kering, a French multinational holding company specializing in luxury goods, including the likes of Gucci, Saint Laurent, Bottega Veneta, and Balenciaga. How did I do for the names?
Very good, very good.
Right? Okay. All right. The reason why I brought this company to your attention today is because shares surged just recently as the owner of the struggling Gucci fashion label prepares to name the new chief executive officer of Renault as its next CEO in a bid for a turnaround. So first thoughts from you. What do you think about their move, getting a CEO from an automotive sector into the luxury marketplace?
Well, I think that the investors really liked what they saw because we did see shares jump more than 13%, I believe, following the announcement.
Yep.
So the reaction has been Gucci. I actually didn't know what is a car guy going to be doing for this luxury market? But it seems like, his reputation precedes him. He's done really well for himself. And they think that he could really lead Kering for a turnaround.
Yeah, certainly so. And I like that you mentioned that little Gucci right there. Very cheeky move. But yes, according to a report by Le Figaro, Luca de Meo will be appointed to the job in the coming days. So the company is expected to split the jobs of CEO and chairman that's currently held by François-Henri Pinault. And Pinault would keep the latter role at the French luxury group that his family controls. Now, auto veteran De Meo's departure as CEO of Renault was confirmed on Sunday, with the French car makers saying that he was stepping down to take on new challenges outside of the automotive sector, and he will remain in post until at least July 15th. It comes as a very challenging time for the luxury industry, which has been badly beaten down by threats of US tariffs, as well as the slump in demand in China, where we've seen the likes of LVMH as well and Hermes International just suffering from this little slump and a lack of consumer demand. So do you see yourself spending lesser?
Yes. I don't know why my personal stuff always gets thrown in there. Yes, for sure. I think that, times are tough and people are definitely, tightening their purse strings. And it's been especially tough for Gucci. We have seen their designs kind of falling out of fashion and Chinese demand has cooled. And I believe in the first quarter of this year, their sales dropped 25% and it dragged down group revenues by about 14%.
Wow.
So a lot of people have been saying that Kering was in need of a major brand reboot, and De Meo's success at turning around Renault may offer some hope because during his 5-year stint there, the stock gained over 90%. Right?
Wow,
Something like that.
Yeah, certainly so. That's quite a huge amount that he has managed to bring up for the company. In fact, is seen as having a strong track record, having worked in the auto sector for over 30 years, including at Toyota, Fiat, and Volkswagen. So under De Meo's leadership, shares of Renault have roughly doubled. Analysts have even credited him for bringing back color, energy and peak results to Renault after years of subpar product and financials. In fact, Renault, which is 15% owned by the French government, was the only major European car maker not to issue a profit warning last year. In fact, he issued ambitious guidance for 2025, which is quite unexpected news from him.
Yeah.
So in recent months, Renault has also been buffeted by its lack of presence in the US, where tariffs are hitting rivals from the likes of Stellantis hard, and in China, where car manufacturers are suffering from stiff competition with, BYD, XPeng, and just many of these other car brands just emerging from the market. So despite his success in improving Renault's fortunes and Kering's struggles, the car maker still has a market value that's little more than half that of the luxury goods market. But if we look at how the European car industry is facing at this moment, there's kind of like a bleak future for them, and larger rivals like Stellantis has just filled the CEO role, which means career prospects in that business might have been more limited for De Meo. So it seems like this might be a good opportunity for him to grow.
Yeah, so it's so interesting to see that there's actually a lot of parallels between the automotive industry and the luxury market. I think to your point, competition has been stiff. You see a lot of new players. But on top of that, luxury brand revivals are also very expensive. It's less forgiving. And consumers tend to stick to top tier names on both ends, right? We like the nice cars. We like the nice brands. And Kering has faced multiple profit warnings and creative leadership changes at Gucci. So we'll have to see how this plays out.
Yeah, certainly so. In fact, Pinault's father, Francois, he managed to build Kering into one of the world's most prominent luxury goods companies, but it's been struggling, like what we've mentioned earlier, to keep pace with rivals such as LVMH and MS International. In fact, a lot of people have criticized Pinault for his relatively hands-off management style. And if you remember, I think about 3 years ago, Balenciaga was under fire for promoting an ad that was seen as rather controversial.
Yes, that's right.
That prompted a lot of backlash. Yeah.
Yes. They made a lot of bad press, but they say that, maybe bad press is at least still press, right?
Well, I guess, you're still getting some exposure out there.
Yeah.
But so we'll see how this fares for him. But analysts are saying that, De Meo's turnaround of Renault, including his embrace of technological innovation and the brand's elevation, might be quite significant for him. But then again, we have got to consider the fact that luxury brand turnarounds has become more complex, lengthy, and costly.
Yep.
And yes, like what you've mentioned, consumer preference for top brands rather than those in transition and significant P&L disruption from greater investment commitment, that might be some of the issues that he may face in his new role. So there's still some considerable amount of work ahead for Gucci and Saint Laurent. But if achieved, that could result in significant multiple re-rating. So for me for today, I think I'm probably going to go with a heart.
What?
Yeah.
You're going to go with a heart?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I like to think that maybe he might bring some of his expertise in the automotive industry into the luxury sector. And I like to see how this grows into something significant.
Yeah. I mean, big move at the top of one of fashion's biggest names. And we did see shares jump immediately after this announcement. I will always stay a little cautious. It's still early in the game.
Yep.
I do think that he has a lot to offer. And it's so interesting to see how he has revived Renault, and maybe he would have the same kind of magic for Kering. But only time will tell. Well, Dan, thank you so much for what a great breakdown that you gave us.
Yeah, thank you for your insights as well, Audrey. And as of the 17th of June, we've got Tipranks, Yahoo, and Barron's all giving it a hold rating.
Ah, okay.
All right, Audrey. Now, here's some fun facts about Kering. Now, Kering began back in 1963 as a timber trading company that was founded by Francois Pinault and later shifted to retail and electronics, even selling photocopiers in the 1980s before turning over to the luxury fashion.
Amazing.
Did you know that?
I did not. From wood to photocopiers to fancy bags.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, do you know where the word Kering comes from?
No, I don't.
It means home or living space. And it's much as a symbolic choice reflecting the group's attachment to Pinault, Pinault's family's roots, as is an expression of Kering's role in relation to its brands. So the different brands that it's under.
Ah, okay, got it.
So, have you heard of Gucci's new line of baby clothes?
I feel like I should know this, but no, I don't. What's it called?
Gucci, Gucci, Goo. And that's all we have for Kering.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.